Welcome to another Terraform Associate Azure Guy video. I'm an Azure Administrator, an Azure Security Engineer, an Azure Solutions Architect, and a certified Kubernetes Application Developer. Terraform Video 4 Part 3. Output Variable and Deploy VM. Skill level is basic. We'll be discussing output values. To follow along, go to my GitHub and create a folder named Video 4. And it says on the screen account main TF, there'll be 3 files there. You need to copy all 3 files into a folder called Video 4 and then run Terraform init. Of course, if you've been following along, no work is necessary here. Let's talk about what we accomplished in this series and what's coming up next. In this series, we learned about variables and how we use them to make our Terraform configurations reusable. We also covered complex variable types, such as lists, maps, and objects, that can be used to populate data dynamically into our Terraform configurations. Hard-coding values into Terraform configurations should be discouraged if they're preventing the code from becoming a reusable tool. In the next series, we'll look into remote state, which must be understood if we're going to use Terraform in production-like settings. Let's get started. Okay, what we want to do in this video, the last one of the series, is take our private IP address and make it an output. And so the first step to do that is we're going to create a new file. I'm going to call it output.tf. Then go back to our main and we're going to grab, notice that a private IP address is not a separate resource like a public. It's actually part of the network interface. So we're going to come here and take this. And you'll see why. That's how we're going to refer to it. So we'll come over here and we'll say control space bar output and we'll call it IP. We can call it private IP address. And we can give it a description. Private IP address of VM. And then we'll give it a value. And this is where our pasting is going to come in handy. And we'll get rid of the quotes. A dot here. And then dots. And I'm going to open up IE. I'm going to do a Google, because I'm not sure of the syntax to use right here for the outputs. So I'm going to go back to my browser. I'll type in Terraform output private IP Azure. How about this one? And it looks pretty good. It's showing me how to output all types of good stuff here. Public. Let's see, VM IDs, network security group, network interface IDs, private IP address. Here we go. So here this is what we want. VM is our NIC, so they want to do star private IP address. Interesting, I need an asterisk. Wonder what we need that for. I'm just going to try .private IP address and see what happens. I'm going to say asterisk is needed if you have more than one. But let's see. Alright. View terminal. Oops. Terraform init. Alright, and it worked. So let's do a Terraform plan. Notice that it's going to be known after the apply. So do a Terraform apply. And we'll go ahead and do yes. It's going to add 5 things to add to 19's data center. We'll say yes. So far looking pretty good. Looks like it created our resource group. It's creating the VNet. It's now attempting the subnet. NIC card. Creating the VM, it looks like. Still creating it. Still going. All right, and look at that. We have our output. Exactly what we wanted. So looking pretty good. And this wraps up this series. And move on to remote state. Again, as always, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video.